The college football experience, Kent State Golden Flashes 2023 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks, brought to you by Circa Sports. Yes, Circa Sports is back with their Circa Survivor and Circa Millions contest. $14 million are up for grabs. Get all the details at circasports.com. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Kent State Golden Flashes 2023 season preview episode. It's always great to talk Maction and Kent State. You know, Kent State, they're why I love college football. They're just one of those teams that's out there that you love to watch.
The making me back.
The Mac, baby. Look, if you're wondering just who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging, Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
The Sean Lewis era comes to an end.
Sad.
I don't think they're, pretending that it never happened. I think they're glad it happened, but now comes in Kenni Burns. We're going to go through the history of the Civil War.
It's going to be a 74-part documentary on Kent State football by Kenni Burns. All film studies is going to be about late 1800s baseball.
I am joined by, and hopefully you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience.
Come on in.
I am joined by, host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, which you should be subscribed to. They call him the man in the box. I'm going to give you CJ Sullivan. How you doing, CJ?
Yes, Dundee. Great to be in here. Getting my shovel, digging down low, and you're
digging deep, man. Those Tuesday, Wednesday, this is going to pay off. And in late October, those Tuesday, Wednesday games,
absolutely.
You're going to be sitting there saying, this is why. Well, I knew you loved Kent State, though.
I love Kent State ever since those hippies got shot in a good day in 1972. Created some of the best Neil Young music, though. Whatever his shout out, Chinese, just in Greek. So they did not die in vain. But yeah, no, these are the schools you have to do the research, and you have to have an opinion on all the schools in order to have a successful betting season.
And to me, like the real college football nuts. Look, I get it. It's fun to cover the SEC, the Big Ten, but if we just covered that'd be the NFL again.
Right.
Like what makes college football wacky and cool is the fact you can catch a Kent State game.
Let me tell you something. Auburn, Alabama, like LSU, they're not coming to your TV set on a Tuesday night. All right. When you're in there and you're locked
Those
in,
cowards,
and you're a coward. You need a $100 bet. You're gonna need to know about the new Kenni Burns era of Kent State.
Kenni Burns, the brand new head coach, and look, I mean, this is a program got a little history. They've been playing for over 100 years. So shout out to Golden Flash football.
Last time they won I think the last time they won the league was in 1972, right around that fateful time when Ford shot dead Ohio. That's when they won the league for the hippies. They pulled it together.
Oh, look, and I know that you go back and you see a proud program.
Yeah.
Even before the hippies, they won the refrigerator bowl in 54.
Oh, they locked in that refrigerator bowl.
Dude, why was everything cooler back in the day? The refrigerator bowl sounds way better. What do we have now? I hope
you won a discarded refrigerator, not even a new refrigerator, discarded refrigerator. They had to rip the door off so the kids don't get caught inside, and they get trapped inside of a refrigerator when you throw it inside it.
I mean, they lost to the Blue Hens of Delaware 19-7 and back in 54. That was an awesome refrigerator bowl. So much better than the .com bowls. What do they call it?
Right? They're spread out. Yeah, you got the Delaware wing tea coming at you.
Yeah,
Good luck.
And then they did lose
the refrigerator. Let's go. Hold on with this refrigerator bowl.
It's a great name.
It's an amazing name. Just appliances. Not even right now. Not even Kenmore. Some kind of company. You would think General Electric. Anything.
Yeah, just refrigerators.
Just appliances. Here's the stovetop bowl. Here we're coming at you with the lamp bowl.
Oh, look, all I'm saying is if we're changing college football, whether you're arguing it for the better or the worse, but we have all this realignment coming in. We got the Pacific Ocean teams in the Big Ten, which makes no fucking sense. If we're going to do all this change, can we at least bring back the refrigerator bowl?
Is that too much to ask?
That's what I'm saying.
Or just general appliances? What in general?
How long? I got to look right now. So the refrigerator bowl was played between 48 and 56.
Okay,
all right,
that's a nice run.
Yeah, nice little run there. And it was in Evansville, Indiana. Come on, Evansville. What do you got going on better than the refrigerator bowl?
Probably based off that prank call too. When I said, "Is your refrigerator running?" Well, it is now with Kent State coming to town with a refrigerator bowl, and they're going to run a wishbone.
I demand we bring that back.
Yes.
I demand college football get cooler with the refrigerator bowl.
You better go catch it.
But in comes Kenni Burns, who, Sean Lewis off to
Colorado. Dion plucked him too.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually bullish on the over on Colorado, is because I think he's a fantastic coach. You go back and look at what Kent State did, even against Georgia this past year. And prior to him being the head coach at Kent State, he had a 10-win season as the OC of Syracuse. 10-win season at Syracuse is, they haven't been solid for a long time. So, so he's gone, and Collin Schlee, their starting quarterback, he's now at UCLA.
Collin, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Their entire passing offense
is gone. Yeah, Marquez Cooper too at the running back spot goes in-house to Ball State in the same conference.
God,
their top wideouts, they bounced all around. One of them's at Carolina. So their offensive line, multiple players are at Colorado with Lewis. I mean, you lost everything really. So
I do like their receiver corps though that they have coming on. I mean, they don't have a lot of experience and numbers to prove for, but they brought in some guys. And,
well, Kenni Burns. I knew he's walking into a project, right? But at the same time, his resume, it's not bad. It's not bad here when you consider I
can get on board.
He rode the boat with PJ Fleck for a decent amount of time. I'm counting 5-6 seasons.
Yep,
and he was at Western Michigan for that nice run with Fleck. Then he was at North Dakota State, where they won a national championship like every year for the past 100 years. I feel like in the FCS for 3 years. I mean, when you add that, he played. He's a former running back for the Indiana Hoosiers, so they're getting a guy who formerly played the game. But I don't know. I kind of his resume is better than I thought it was coming into it before this deep dive. So I know he brings in Matt Johnson, a former Hamilton Ticat and Cincinnati Bengal quarterback who played at Bowling Green. I remember him playing at Bowling. It seems like just 2 years ago, but it was 2016 or 15. He's never really been he was a quality control assistant at Syracuse. So it's almost like they asked Sean Lewis, you would think. And then he's been at Kent State ever since then. So they're kind of keeping the same system from an offensive standpoint because Matt Johnson's been with Sean Lewis since 2017.
So they'll know what to do.
Yeah.
The question will be, can they do it? Obviously, they're brand new players.
Brand new team. And then the defensive side of the ball, David Duggan is the defense coordinator.
Yep.
This guy played at New Hampshire. He's a Wildcat back in the 80s. This guy's been everywhere.
UNH.
Most recently, the defense coordinator of Arkansas State. And he was at Western Michigan with PJ Fleck. So
continuity.
Yeah, a little continuity there. But yeah, I mean, what do you make of the hire overall? Kenni Burns coming in. It's just hard to grade.
He's going into he's got a tough assignment. in front of them. As I say, at very least. I mean, not only with the coach going, but like we said, the entire offense left.
Yeah.
And it was something they renovated their entire team around, was that passing offense, and it wasn't too bad. It got them to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah, get those French fries dumped on you.
You know, they shelled them up. But like I said, they do have, and they brought in some incoming players. I mean, they lost a ton.
Yeah,
but they have some players. I think obviously they're going to get plenty of opportunities. You know, who's a receiver who played a couple that Trell Harris.
They got some guys.
He's got a big body on. He looks the part. You know what I mean?
We're going to talk it all. We're going to break down the offense, defense, special teams, transfer portal. We're going to do all that good stuff. But first, I want to tell you that the Kent State Golden Flashes 2023 season preview is brought to you by
who stepped up to sponsor Kent State this year. We've got a refrigerator release in here,
please,
a microwave that they jump in there, maybe an air fryer.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by the microwave. All right, look, it heats things up. No, look, we're brought to you by Circus Sports.
Okay,
Circa Millions and Circa Survivor are back, and CJ Sullivan, I'm sure, has been mentioning this on the. I'm sure you've been talking about tackling this, or you're gonna tackle
every day. I've been talking about this in the Bottom Line Bombs.
Yeah. $14 million in guaranteed prizes up for grabs. What are you doing, folks? That's $14 million. You could
throw your hat in the ring.
We're gonna be dead in 100 years. You're not going to take a shot at $14 million.
Mm-hmm.
Circa Millions. What? 5 NFL picks ATS each week. Pencil me in. I got that. And Circa Survivor, which just pick a different money line winner each and every week. If you haven't played Survivor, come on, you can't pick the same team twice. So you don't just want to. You don't want to just go into the top team. Sometimes week 1 and week 2 can be the trickiest. That's when is that your theory? Like you go for the edge early on and take a shot on the Cleveland Browns week 1 or 2 or something.
People like to go last year was a bloodbath. I remember everyone got knocked out. I myself got knocked out week 1. Went with Tannehill, did not come through, and
former wide receiver, quarterback.
What could go wrong? Mike Vrabel, he can go wrong. But like I said, throw your hat in the ring, and then you lose, and you got a $1,000 hat because they give you a hat for signing up. So that was $1,000
hat, man.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of different strategies. People like to push all in. They get a lot of contest, cards, and they all on the same one. I don't like to envy that, but I don't know. I do think in the Survivor, if you look too far down the road, that's when you can trip yourself up. I mean, you gotta survive in advance, baby.
Diversify
your bonds. Get your Mike Vrabels and your Tannehills on separate cards if you can.
You can enter in Las Vegas. You can play from anywhere. And look, the SGPN crew will be out there last weekend in August. So if you're out there, let us know. Circasports.com for all the details. Circasports.com. What would you do with $14 million, CJ? What would you do?
$14 million? I'd parlay that into a fortune. You kidding me? I'd be riding some Kent State overs, baby. You kidding me? I would love to hammer $14.5 million for a Kent State season.
There you go, folks. Circasports.com for all the details. All right, we are back on the college football experience. Kent State Golden Flashes, the microwave. That's what we're calling it. Remember Vinny Johnson?
Yes.
That's this program right here. You look at this. So let me key in on the portal because actually I don't even know that I want to do this.
I mean, this is gonna be half the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Portal. 2023 college football. Dude, CJ, we've been doing this 6-7 years here. I remember the days when you would just say, "Oh, they brought in one guy in the portal." Yeah. Now, oh man, it's like you might as well just grab a phone book. Do they still make phone books?
Like I know, it's a paddy wagon. Yeah, a revolving door phone, and they just bust them off, and it's like 30, 40 guys. Like, what the hell's going on here?
All right, departing. Oh man, I don't even want to do this part, but I'm staying consistent with the other episodes. Ian Kipp at quarterback, gone. Collin Schlee at quarterback, gone to UCLA.
That's a killer.
Running back, Joachim Banga, gone. He is still in the portal, so haven't necessarily found a home yet. Then you have the likes of Shakai Carson at the running back spot. Go off the Stony Brook.
Woo.
It's a nice pivot.
What is Stony Brook offering you to lure you away from Kent State?
Marquez Cooper, running back that I alluded to. This guy's a stud, actually. He's off to Ball State, going in conference. It's a little rough. Running back Brian Bradford, gone in the portal. Devontae Walker, this guy was a stud a season ago. He is now at North Carolina with the Tar Heels.
That hurts.
And Mac Brown. Dante Cephas, this guy's a beast too. He goes to Penn State.
Was that Cephas? Is he related to Quentin Cephas for the Lions there? The Wisconsin sound. I mean, okay. I don't know too many Cephases who are also 6'5" wide receivers.
Jashawn Polk also out to West Virginia. I mean, they're getting body blow. These are all going to the P5. Yeah, it shows how good they were last year. In the previous years. Wide receiver Naran Bunton's in the portal. Marcus Harris is in the portal. This is one of their top guys. Offensive tackle Savion Washington goes to Colorado. This was actually, you could argue, this was their biggest loss. They also lost their other starter, Jack Bailey, who's a guard, to the Colorado Buffs. Their other offensive tackle, Marcellus Marshall, goes to Gus Malzahn and UCF. Man, just brutal. Then defensive end Matthias Carroll goes. Actually, no, they brought him in from Virginia Tech. So my apologies. They lost their corner Montra Miller to West Virginia as well. West Virginia coming in just swiping guys. Aiden Huntington on the defensive line is in the portal as well. And also safety Deion Clark, who's penciled in to be a day one starter. We just dropped our Fresno State preview over with the Bulldogs at Fresno. He's gone. Also safety JoJo Evans out to the airport and FIU. Woo. Corner Iman Hill also gone as well. I think that's everybody. That, you know, the portal changes so frequently that I could have missed like 10 names that happened this morning. But they brought in some guys.
Yeah, they brought in some people.
Jaron Lewis coming in from Kansas State, won the Big 12 a year ago.
All right. Now
but he didn't play.
Did not play. No,
he did not play it.
He would still be there if he played.
Yeah. Then they brought in running back Kai Thomas. Now Kai Thomas comes over from the Kansas.
Now
Jayhawks.
we're talking.
He's good, and he was formerly at Minnesota.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. You know, Kenni Burns was a Minnesota running backs coach. Where believe it or not, they're Muhammad Ibrahim, Kai Thomas. They've had some good running backs.
Kai Thomas apparently lit it up in a spring ball game as well. They had he opened up some eyeballs.
I believe it because he flashed a little bit at Kansas there. Kansas had a loaded backfield.
Now he's going to flash for the flashes.
Yes, now he will flash for the flashes. But so they bring in those guys. They also to me, as I alluded to, they get the kid from Virginia Tech at the defensive end spot, Matthias Carroll, giving some depth there. Also offensive tackle Jimto Abaguu from Temple, little owl coming into town, and then linebacker Devin Nicholson from the Missouri Tigers, little SEC blood coming into Kent, Ohio, just like Saban.
Always good to get some SEC blood. Always good to get a little. I like this one. They brought in Eric Weaver from VMI.
Oh, a key debt.
Yeah, a key debt. I like any non-sanctioned military academy. Who knows?
Citadel?
Citadels or VMIs. Oh, anything out there in Virginia. You don't know what the hell goes on.
You're
down
bringing
there.
in gems, right? Gems.
You're free.
Safety Dallas, probably butchering this name. Credith comes in from the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hey, Iowa's had a great defense for 1,000 years. That'll be fine. Cornerback Lem Watley Neely. No relation to Kim Neely. He is coming in from the Indiana Hoosiers. So they're bringing in some big. They also WVU took their whole team. The least they could do is give them cornerback Naeem Muhammad coming in from West Virginia. So that's a lot of it. I feel like obviously this thing changes nonstop, but
I think you covered it.
This team clearly lost the portal.
They lost the portal. They got hit some of the hardest, and it started with Lewis, the coach, Sean Lewis, head in Colorado, and because of him, the dominoes
firing sale,
right? Yeah, dominoes fell, so everyone wanted to get the hell out of there, and I get it.
Or fire sale.
They were because they weren't bad last year. What were they? 7-5 last year, right?
Well, they've been pretty good for the past couple years, and their schedule was insane last year. I think they had like a 3-week stretch of at Georgia, at Oklahoma, and at Washington.
They opened up at Washington and then at Oklahoma. That's how they opened the season.
Nice. Hey, Kent State, relax.
Then
now I understand why Lewis left. Right. He was like, wait, what?
Brutal way, yeah. then they whooped up on Long Island at home and then right to Georgia after that.
He needed a Long Island for that one.
Give Georgia a little I want all the liquors in this one, all the darks.
Look, I don't.
For all the clears.
I don't know how much this will matter. Sort of, because they're going to be.
Clears.
They're still going to be running the same. They're still going to be running the same offense. So
interesting.
Scoring offense, 64th a year ago. Rush offense, 22nd in a year or last year. Passing offense, 88th. Total offense, 41st. Pretty good numbers considering they played Oklahoma, Washington, and Georgia in the non-con. Defensive scoring, 89th. Rush defense, 80th. Pass defense, 117. Total defense at 112. I don't know how much that matters to this year because it's a completely brand new roster.
Yeah,
but just to stay consistent with the script of the other episodes, that's what we're looking at.
And that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Script consistency.
And that's all they're trying to do, but by retaining
they're keeping the same script, same game plan, same offense, same everything. But this year we're going to try no quarterback. How's that? How about we don't have any idea who our quarterback's going to be? We have 5 guys in an open competition. We're going to bring in more. Why not?
But I mean, first off, so when you go to break this roster down,
okay,
it is a lot of guessing.
Yeah.
All right, because the reality is they had no one on their team a year ago. So I mean, it was just so from the quarterback spot, they do have a Purdue transfer and Michael Alamo.
Okay,
Alamo might be. I'm assuming it could be him. It could be the K-State transfer. It's got to be one of the two, right? We're not going to kid ourselves and think that really there's another guy on this. They got 5 guys I'm seeing listed here, but
keep an eye on that Tommy Ulatowski. Chicago guy. Eddie Ulatowski from Chicago. They usually don't make good quarterbacks, but he's going to be. They're tough to get rid of. I'll just say that. He might not do for you, but they are definitely tough to get rid of. He's from the roster, so he's a holdover.
Yeah,
and apparently he did not shine, but he's a standout. But it's certainly not his job to lose or anything like that. It's open competition. But I'll put my money on a Pollock from Chicago. Give me a shy Pollock anytime. I'll go to battle with them.
So we got a legit QB battle going on.
Yeah.
We got no idea. They play Thursday night to open the season at UCF at the Moon Bounce.
August 31st.
You might see all 5 quarterbacks in that game. Okay? Although I do believe, remember UCF used to be in the MAC 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, how things have changed. But I think Kent State actually was all right against
back when it was the TV dinner bowl 20 years ago.
Xavier so the running back spot's interesting too, because you have Kai Thomas and you have Xavier Williams. This is actually
now Xavier Williams was decent back. He was hurt last year, right?
No, I actually think they got something going in the backfield.
They do have some good backfield, and I'm telling you, I don't mind the receivers either, even though they're not experienced. They have talent there.
Yeah,
the quarterback's going to be the issue.
Yeah, the receiver spot that you alluded to, Trell Harris, I like. This offense.
If you just the eyeball test, Trell Harris passes that.
Trell Harris passes the eyeball test, and then you have Treymon Echols, another wideout. I mean, the offense probably will be all right. I don't know. I worry about the offensive line. Tight end also breaking in a brand new tight end. I'm seeing it penciled in as Justin Holmes, but I mean, I think this is all speculation because when you have a roster with like 1,000 new players, we're all blind. The blind leading the blind a little bit.
I will say this, and I know you appreciate this. This is always gets a check plus on the Dundee list. They're returning both punter and kicker, though.
That is huge. Special teams. I remember Jerry.
Not to jump ahead of special teams, but I know how big you are on return.
Special teams. It matters in college football. Right? I know they've taken it out of the pro game.
They are taking it out of the pro game. So you're right.
But I mean, look. So this offense returns. I repeat. 0 starters from a season ago.
Oh my, that's when you say it out loud, Kobe Short, it doesn't sound encouraging.
But they got guys.
They got guys. There's eyeball tests. There's all kinds of litmus things that don't equate to production and winning. But
they do have a transfer on the offensive line from Michigan.
Okay, I'll
center
take that.
Nolan Rumler. Got to be excited about him. But man, I have no idea.
It's a good name.
I think the offense, if they can block and if they can pass, they'll be all right.
That's that old quote. Other than that, we're good. If they can just throw the ball and we can block for
they can make field goals.
Run the ball,
if they get in field goal range, they got something.
That's our goal. We want to get in range.
Now
we're hoping for a lot of kickoffs to go out of bounds so we can start at the 40. We're trying to get as much advantage as we can to get within range.
So now, you know, 4 starters back on the defensive side of the ball. The defensive line retains 1 in nose guard CJ West. Yeah, he's back. He's back. All right.
They got a couple CJs. CJ Harris, CJ West.
Yeah, and maybe
I'm pro CJ.
Maybe Tyler Baylor's the defensive end that might get some action. He was at Maryland for a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
They do bring in a Delaware State transfer also in Marcus Winfield with the Hornets in Delaware State.
What's CJ West's measurements? I like that. He's
6'2", 315.
Yeah, that's an old fashioned. That's a refrigerator right there.
That's true. He's played in the refrigerator bowl. Yeah, before.
I love a refrigerator type nose guard. Nose guard is just an old position they don't do anymore.
Yeah. But Kent State's still doing it.
I love it.
Still doing it.
Why not?
The linebacking core they bring back 1, but they bring in that transfer from Missouri, Devin Nicholson. Caleb Jones is back. Khalil Sanders is a Purdue transfer. So maybe, just maybe, we got something going here.
In linebackers? Yeah, they have there's some veterans there. CJ Harris
from Arkansas State.
Yep.
Comes over, a Red Wolf.
Khalil Saunders, as you said, and Khalil Johns. Is that 2 Khalil or Kalali? There's a Kalali and a Khalib.
Yeah.
Khalil and Khalib.
Khalib, yeah.
Shamail. Khalil Incorporated.
All right, and the one model. I mean, dude, they only bring back 1 in the secondary, and that's cornerback DJ Miller, who was at Iowa State with Matt Campbell, who ran a good defense. This is one of these. This is like Colorado and Arizona State to me. They're super hard to project as far as because this is a brand new fucking team. All right, this is like an expansion team.
I know.
What do you make of both the offense and the defense? Like I know it's hard to really
like you said, a lot of question marks. I think it's not going to be as helter skelter as it seems like as reading it on paper, like you were saying. I want to give this coach a chance. He has kind of with Minnesota and all that, and I think they're keeping the same system, which is always great. But yeah, the quarterback's going to be a problem. That's the main problem. I like their talent around it. I think they were able to block, and I like doing but they just got gutted. It's just gonna hurt, And I think the defense is fine enough, but sometimes when the offense is bad, it spills over, kind of like that. So I think they're gonna go hand in hand, and it's not gonna be good. Who the hell are we kidding?
But they got the kicker and punter back.
But they got a kicker and punter, so let's just get in range. Get in range. It's a good chant for you hippie fans out there who don't want to get shot by the National Guard.
Folks, we're gonna get to every game on the schedule. All right. And we're gonna go game by game talking, and hopefully you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. But before we do all that, I want to tell you that the College Football Experience Kent State Golden Flashes 2023 season preview is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Best Ball Mania is here at Underdog Fantasy is giving away $15 million. So look, with the first ad read, we give you 14 mil. Hey, you hit this one for 15 mil. You're at 29 mil.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
What
are we doing?
The Saudis back in Underdog Fantasy? 15 million. Jesus.
Look,
sign me up.
Underdog Pick'em is also a great way to get down on your favorite MLB and NFL season player props. And as we inch closer and closer to the college football season, we've been with Underdog for a few years, folks. And I can tell you, they have awesome college football player props when the season starts. So stick around, buckle up, especially for those Maction games Tuesday, Wednesday. Have a lot of good fun there. So many ways to win over at Underdog, and Underdog is available in so many different states. So head on over to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use that promo code SGPN for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Once again, that's UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Yes.
All right, we are back, and if you're watching, and once again, folks, if you're listening to the Kent State preview, I'm going to go ahead and say you're a hardcore college football fan, or you attended the University of Kent State,
right?
Or attend. So we also host a brand new feed, the FCS College Football Experience. Subscribe to that as well, and subscribe to the Big 12 college experience, which I think you'll dig if you like the Big 12. Cincinnati is now the Big 12 is in Ohio now, so you can check that out. And also the college basketball experience. Kent State keeps a great basketball program. Sincere Carey, all those guys. Make sure you check us out when the college basketball season tips, because we're here each and every single night. I will be here every single night of the college basketball season yet again. And it's just a fun follow. We cover the MAC as good as any. So check out those. We also host the college baseball experience. We come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. Subscribe, tell a friend, and the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, which I strongly urge you to check out as well. CJ Sullivan dropping bombs left and right.
That's right. We welcome all Kent State fans. Come on over. You'll love the show.
Hop on in.
Not
there.
as many talks about your ex-dead students from the 70s.
Are you going to do a bit on the refrigerator bowl on that show?
I'll tell you what, I'm very intrigued by this refrigerator bowl, and I'm all for vague bowls, sponsoring your own bowls. I did that before Barstool did.
I was waiting for. Yeah, that's what we've been trying to do, the SGP bowl, but maybe we'll just do the refrigerator bowl. All right, so look, if you're watching on YouTube, you see
that's good. We should just bring back the fridge bowl for sure.
If you're watching on YouTube, you see the sweet graphics. Shout out to Cam Kerr, our graphics guy.
Look at that.
The win total sitting there at 2.5 wins.
Wow,
2.5 wins. Blindly without looking at the schedule.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't had a season that bad in a long time.
Top of the head though, right? That's a low number.
So you're thinking, hey, we got this new coach. Who knows? Let's dive into it, because week 1, as I alluded to, Thursday, August 31st, they call this now the FBC Mortgage Stadium. It's a bunch of bullshit. We're calling it the Moon Bounce, baby, in Orlando, Florida. First game with UCF as a part of the Big 12 conference. It's gonna be a bloodbath, I think.
Oh boy, that's tough. That's a tough way to open up the new offense down there. The UCF former Golden Knights, as we were talking about. They
dropped the gold. Now they're
it was going to be Golden Flashes versus Golden Knights to start off, but they dropped the Golden Knights. Now, why did they drop that? You were telling me.
The Vegas Golden Knights connection. I think
they just hijacked it from them. Say, hey, we're Vegas. We'll bilk you off some money.
We want out on that, but it's golden. In my mind, it's Golden Knights against Golden Flashes.
Golden Knight, Golden Flashes.
Who's the most golden?
Right, it's going to be UCF.
All right, who's got the golden eye? Yeah, that's on Fox Sports 1.
They got the gold card, and they got Kent State's gold is more like your cheap chains in Times Square from some.
I will lay a solid number. Speakers. I will lay a solid number there. Then week 2, it gets a lot of fun.
What do you think that line is at Kent State? I'm sure it's
UCF,
out, right? Yeah, UCF, Kent State.
I would lay.
If you were to guess,
I would guess 35.
I like that number. Let's take a look. I might have to gobble those points if you're laying 35. Let's take a look here.
Let's see if that comes up, because the Moon Bounce, and it's their first game in the Big 12.
It's at the Moon Bounce. Yeah, it is. It is a Big 12 debut, isn't it?
It's going to be a celebration. It's in Orlando. Have you been to the Outback Steakhouses in Orlando?
That if you are going to go to an Outback, you go to Orlando.
We got that boomerang burger.
Right. All right. I'm sorry. What were you laying there with Central Florida?
I was guessing 35.
That's pretty dead on there, Dundee.
Is it?
If I were you, I'd pounce on it. It's 33.5 is right now. It's the number that I'm seeing on Bet Online. You'll lay that point. I mean, it's underneath that. Yeah. That's a golden number. That's a golden number. 35, 33.5 total 58.5. They don't expect Kent State to contribute at all. They're looking at a 40 to 14 kind of range, 45-14.
Well, the next week, they head to DWR Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas, to take on KJ Jefferson and Sam Pork Pittman and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's not going to go much better.
That line might be a little higher. 0-2. 0-2.
Well, like we said, Kent State's not afraid to open their season tough. Last year,
afraid.
Right. Last year, you had was it Washington, Oklahoma,
Georgia, not a problem.
76 Steelers. They had 85 Bears. Yeah,
they schedule aggressively.
They had the longest yard team. They were playing prison squads.
They didn't fire Sean Lewis. He just left for an OC role, because trust me, you can only take a couple of years of that and then just be like, okay, well, what are we doing here?
Right. So this is a formula they do. They do 2 tough road teams, get their money, I guess, get bashed, and then they bring in a nice
Yeah.
Get right home cupcake game to get in the win column. Then they head right out and get blitzed again.
0-2, and then the Central Connecticut State, the real Blue Devils, some would argue,
absolutely
are coming into Dick Stadium.
All them out of Charlie Sullivan.
This is a win.
This is a dub. Absolutely.
This is a dub.
Yeah,
absolutely. They put it on the Blue Devils 1-2, and now they head to Fresno Stadium, which they're calling Valley's Children these days.
Yeah, what is the deal with that Valley's Children? The green V on there back there.
Yeah, well, no, it's
right.
normally they always go. It's in the Valley, whatever that Valley's called again. But now it's Valley's Children's Stadium. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's a hospital, maybe. I don't know. Insurance, I don't know. But they head to Fresno. Their former starting safety from a year ago starts on Fresno. But Jeff Tedford and Fresno are just going to reload, man.
Yeah,
they're 1-3. That's a far trip. Look, they're in Florida, Arkansas, and California.
What are they even doing out there? Why are they going out to Fresno?
That's tough. That's tough. I agree.
You want to get some wine?
Yeah. So 1-3. You got a 1-3.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now
these are auto plays.
Miami, Ohio. The Redhawks coming into Dick Stadium. They got Blaine Gabbert's brother, Brett Gabbert, at the quarterback spot. He's a veteran. I kind of think Miami, Ohio is going to be pretty good this year. I'm on the Redhawks to get that win at Dick Stadium. So I got them 1-4 out of the month.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see them being in Miami, Ohio. This Kent State team is going to be a mess.
I think it is. And now they head to Peden Stadium to take on the Ohio Bobcats, who won 10 games this season ago, play for the MAC championship. Curtis Rourke. These are the breaks back at the quarterback spot.
Now I think about it, now that we say that out loud, that Miami Ohio game is pretty pivotal.
Yeah.
Things can get derailed pretty quickly here if they start losing because they're not winning at Ohio.
Well, then they head back to back away.
Yeah.
To Ryan Nearson Stadium. Have you seen this field?
No.
This is a gray field.
Okay.
Gray. It looks like you're watching a game in 1950. It's absolutely
it's black and white TV. All right, I like this.
Absolutely fantastic at Ryan Nearson Field in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Okay.
Eastern Michigan, they're contenders to win the MAC this year. They're not going to win this one. Kent State's not going to win this one. So I got them sitting there at 1 and 6.
I think all Michigan schools except for Ann Arbor should be in gray field. I mean, it just feels like it's just gray over murky. Just
I'm saying, we don't have the luxury to watch high definition old school football that's in gray. Right. You know, if you're going to go back and watch Army Navy in 45, 46 or something, then you really get bad quality. So this is kind of like a throwback.
I want black and white TV, Vaseline on the lens, kind of just absolutely. Is there something wrong? Is there something wrong with my TV kind of feel?
I'm just saying, play into it, folks. Play into it. Now they welcome the Buffalo Bulls, who coming off a bowl season a year ago. Cole Snyder's Pretzels back at quarterback, and I don't think they can win this one either. So I got them 1 and 7 heading into that bye week.
Tell me about Buffalo real quick.
Maurice Lindquist enters, year 3. And he was a late hire year 1. So that struggles year 1. I don't really put all on him. Year 2, they make a bowl. They beat Georgia Southern in the bowl game. They bring back Cole Snyder, the former Rutgers quarterback. I kind of think Buffalo's in a decent spot.
I do. Schedule wise, I would like Kent. First of all, we're also looking at this Kent State team on paper. I expect Kent State to improve as the season goes on.
Yeah, I do too.
They'll figure out the quarterback position, whatever they got, they're going to go with what they got. But the offense, new code, everything, obviously it's going to be rough going early on versus tough competition. But I think this spot, after all these losses back to back, finally coming home with Buffalo, I think that's something they're going to circle and try to pull the
try to
rally and try to get that.
See, here's the problem so far is minus if you take away the FCS game against Central Connecticut State, every other team that they play, I have them in a bowl game.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough.
It's not good.
They get a bye week and then they're at Akron. If you listen to my Akron preview, they're one of my favorite plays this year on the over. Joe Moorhead enters year 2. They lost close as the season, only won 2 games a year ago, but as the months went along, they were much, much better and they bring back a ton. I think they're not beating Akron at Infocision Stadium. So I am taking the Zips on
Not
a
even
Wednesday
off a
night.
bye. No, they don't lick their wounds, come out to rally.
Kind of high on Akron.
I agree.
Now, you could talk me into the potential of this one here at Dick Stadium on Wednesday, November 8th, when Bowling Green, the Falcons come to town. Scotty Leffler, the head coach there, lost a ton of production from a season ago.
There we are. Now we're talking.
This could be the one.
Is a Wednesday?
Yeah,
I like that already.
This could be.
I like that, a Wednesday nighter, Wednesday midday, kind of like cross campus.
This could be the one, buddy.
Cutting class kind of a game.
So
Bowling Green's driving there. They don't know. They're getting lost.
How far is that trip?
They're
Bowling
at
Green to Kent.
All those Ohio road trips are all 3.5 hours, and they're all and it's always the worst highway. Then you see the craziest people at those truck stops, in those rest areas. I hate fucking driving through Ohio.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say,
you're getting pulled over. Heads up. You're driving through Ohio. You're getting pulled over, and all the state troopers are high school linebackers with a fucking chip on their shoulder, and they hate their lives.
Andy Katzenmoyer pulling you over.
Yeah, you do. Your Katzenmoyer's pulling you over, and they hate their lives, and you ain't talking your way out of that ticket. So that's what's happening. That's my handicap there. Bowling Green getting pulled over.
Catching that L.
Yeah, catching that L on a Wednesday. Things aren't going to go their way. Give me that second dub for Kent State.
All right, then they head to Muncie, Indiana, Schumann Stadium. They're not going to get Muncie out in the middle of nowhere, are they? No. Yes, they are, I think, because Ball State's going to beat them. I think Ball State bringing back or getting Marquez Cooper, the former Kent State running back, and then Lane Hatcher, the former Alabama quarterback. I think it's too much to ask for them to come into Schumann Stadium. They say nobody walks into the shoe and gets a dub. Now they
have 10 days off between games there.
That is
riding
true.
off their victory off that Wednesday.
It's true. You can only watch the tape so many times though. All right?
Fair enough. And they're rewatching their victory, so they're going to start feeling good about themselves.
True.
So that's the last thing they want.
And then your season ender 2 days after Thanksgiving, Northern Illinois. Coming into Dick Stadium, Northern Illinois, Rocky Lombardi's their head coach. Okay. Sorry, it's not their head coach. Their starting quarterback, Thomas Hammock, is their head coach. Mm-hmm. Rocky Lombardi has been playing college football for 75 years. I'm convinced he is related. I'm not shitting you here. He's related to Vince Lombardi, and this guy's been in football for a very long time. I love NIU's chances to be a lot better this year because you have a quarterback. Who won the national championship? Was it a 5-star recruit? No, it was a walk-on who was 37 years old. It's Stetson Bennett. So I don't think they're beating
Stetson Bennett, by the way, who has yet to graduate somehow from Georgia.
Love that.
That's pretty amazing.
It's like you've been in college
full of Tommy boy
for a decade. Yeah. And
what an asshole.
Dude.
All right, so you're like, you better be related to Lombardi if you're going to keep your name Lombardi. I'll tell you that much. But it's in Kent State for the finale.
No, it's not happening
after Thanksgiving.
No, it's not.
You got Northern Illinois
2-10 at best, and even the Bowling Green game, I think Bowling Green will probably be favored. So they're actually going to be favored only one game, I think, on this whole schedule, and that's going to be the Central Connecticut State game.
I have them as a potential upset versus Buffalo. But they're not doing Buffalo and Bowling Green.
Yeah, that's the hard part there. Right. Like, could they really win both?
It's one or the other.
Yeah. I think you ride the under, and I feel pretty damn good about this. And I think this could be on my locks episode. Come August. Come on, August. Where are the wins? Where are the wins there? Build me a case.
Where are the wins?
So you're saying Central Connecticut State
dub.
Buffalo and Bowling Green. That's how they get to
Buffalo possibility. Bowling Green, and that's your path. You're saying Northern Illinois, no way, huh?
I just think they're a lot better right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it is the final game of the season, which is practically year 2 of the Kenni Burns era.
The Kenni Burns, but you'll only be halfway through their documentary, but you will be year 2 of the regular season of the actual playing.
Yeah. So I look, I'm on the under.
All right, I'll go under with you.
He's on the under. We should probably go to the window right now and bet this because I really think it's highly unlikely that the over hits here. Look, folks, before we get out of here, I had a chance to sit down with old Michael Barker, aka College Football Campus Tour, to talk about his experiences to Kent, Ohio, to Dick's Stadium. So with no further ado, here is that interview. Joining us on the college football experience, Kent State Golden Flashes 2023 season preview is none other than Michael Barker, aka College Football Campus Tour, who you should be following on Twitter at CFB Campus Tour, because the guy goes to 5, 6, 7 games a week. It's a must follow as far as I'm concerned. Any college football fan will love it. How you doing, Michael? And appreciate you hopping on the show.
I'm doing great, Colby. Appreciate the introduction, and Maction has a special place in our heart for college football fans. So looking forward to talking about Dick Stadium.
Yeah, Dick Stadium, and obviously Kent State is transitioning. Sean Lewis heads off to Colorado, and it seems to be a bit of a rebuilding year, but still doesn't. You never know. You never know, especially in the transfer portal era, who you can bring in, who you can take out. That it's been harder and harder to judge talent. So maybe they could have a good season. And I love those Maction Tuesday, Wednesday games. I know you do as well. Talk to me about the history of Dick Stadium, and tell me about how many times you've been there.
So I learned a lot about Dick Stadium over the course of prepping for the show, outside of what I already knew about it. But it opened in 1969 with 25,000 seat capacity. Their old stadium was called Memorial Stadium, and as the campus developed, it became obvious that where the stadium was located was a centerpiece where they wanted to dedicate more academic facilities. So what the university acquired a piece of land not that far away, and they called it a expansion and relocation of Memorial Stadium. On the site, they built a new 12,000 seat grandstand, press box, and locker rooms. But then they took from the existing Memorial Stadium 17,000 seats, and they placed it at what they called New Memorial Stadium at the time. And then 4 years later, they changed it to Dick's. So thought that was interesting. It was also used in the movie Draft Day. It was a stand-in for the horseshoe, and they even painted a block O on the midfield, and they put an Ohio State pad on the uprights there. So very interesting backstory on Dick's Stadium.
That is pretty fascinating that they used it as the Ohio State Stadium in Draft Day as well. Nick Saban played at Kent State, man. Where's some of that Saban money? Come on, Nick. Pony up. Let's go. No, but I love catching a Tuesday, Wednesday Maction game. I know you do too. I think that's actually probably how we became fast friends. But did you catch a Kent State game on a weekday, or did you catch them on a weekend?
So as a traveler, anytime a school has weeknight games, you don't want to use that bullet on a Saturday. So you want to look for the game on the weeknight. So the only game I went to was in 2021. It was a Wednesday night, and I want to say that it was my favorite Maction game that I've ever been to. It might ring a bell after I start describing it, but the final score was 52-47. And you talk about Sean Lewis and the offense. The teams combined for 1,345 yards in the game. It was a track meet, and Kent State had 322 yards in the air, 360 yards on the ground. NIU threw for 532 yards. It just was nonstop action, cold, but the offenses came and no defense made an appearance. So that was one of the most fun games. Like I said, the best Maction game I've been to. And I believe in early November, I'm going to be hitting another one, but definitely a good time at Dick Stadium.
I do remember that game, and that sounds pretty awesome. How was the fan turnout there?
For a Wednesday night, it's good. The MAC has to make some concessions with the crowd. If it's 25 degrees on a Wednesday, you're not going to get the same crowd you would get when it's 50 degrees on a Saturday. But for the people that went to get 99 points and 1,345 yards, it was definitely a treat.
There we go. I mean, look, and I do remember that game. The game was phenomenal. And the Ken Burns era. No, I'm not talking about the PBS guy. Kenni Burns is the new head coach of Kent State, and we'll see what he can do with them. But yeah, I got to get out to a game there. It seems like a lot of fun. That's what I love about the MAC. They utilize these Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday nights, and just a lot of fun, a lot of close competitive games back and forth. So I got to get out there. And Michael, I appreciate you hopping on the show to talk about Dick Stadium and Kent State. And maybe one day I'll catch you at a weekday game there with the Maction.
That's where you go. We got Ohio, we got Miami of Ohio, we got Kent. They're all right next to each other. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's what we got to do.
There we go, folks. Give Michael a follow on Twitter at CFB Campus Tour, because I'm telling you, this guy's been to every single FBS stadium. I shit you not. And a lot of those stadiums he's been to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, I feel like. And also he's been to almost all of the FCS, I feel like, a good chunk, and a lot of D2 and D3 games. And he documents his travels. This isn't like me going, like I'm going to a Wyoming game this year. This isn't like me just saying, oh, I'm going to a Wyoming game. This is like he'll do 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a week, and you'll see, he documents it all. It's just a great follow. He references the history of the places. Absolutely fantastic stuff that you do, Michael, and appreciate you hopping on the show, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me as always, Colby.
Dick Stadium. Shout out to Michael Barker.
Wow.
CJ, what do you do? You do stand up around
I know.
Kent?
What do I
Kent?
do?
Yeah, get over to Dick Stadium.
I do a lot of Ohio, actually. A lot of the horrible towns in Ohio. I love them all. I love them all. Your Toledo, your Dayton. I gotta get to Kent.
Get over to Kent.
Yeah.
Catch a game. Gotta catch a refrigerator.
I would love to
Yeah.
catch a Wednesday game.
Yeah.
And then do a weekend show. That'd be amazing. Catch a Fridge Bowl.
I'm gonna call their new stadium the Fridge Bowl. That's what we're gonna do, folks. Folks, subscribe. Look, we're both on the under.
Yep.
I happen to love it. Would you consider betting this one, CJ?
I'd play that. No problem.
Yeah.
I feel confident with it for sure.
Folks, make sure you give CJ a follow. He is the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, and he's on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. Give him a follow, and make sure you check out the podcast, and also make sure you check out his stand-up. He's always bouncing around the country. Try to get him to hang out to watch a game. He's in fucking he's in Sheboygan. You know what I mean? Like, he's always over there.
Sheboygan calls,
there you
I
go.
answer. What can I say?
There you go. So give him a follow, and also give us a follow on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. And look, give us a follow there, but also the big thing, get on over to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. All right. I don't care if you call me a fucking idiot. Just give us the 5 stars. All right. So hop on over there. Do this. We're previewing all 133 teams, for Christ's sake.
Unbelievable. Amazing.
So you college football fans are going to be
coast to coast, state to state, diagonal, red, blue. We don't care as long as you run an option.
Give us a 5-star review already, and subscribe to the College Football Experience and the FCS College Football Experience. We're on, once again, youtube.com/the College Experience. Folks, get the SGPN app. See, I can promote that. There you go. Free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. And also come talk college football with us in the Discord. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Okay, folks, this is the College Football Experience. Kent State Golden Flash style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.